Hello and good morning. Welcome to Leave It Love. So today is Saturday, October 19th. It's 5:22 in the morning. Yeah, 5:22 in the morning. It's still dark outside. But and then it's like I wake up. And then it's like it's just a lot of stuff happened. It's like a lot of stuff happened and then I try not to think about it. I just want to move forward. And it's the part of my life that is not a part of my life anymore. you know I'm talking about Ifa, the religion Ifa, because I was deep in it. I was Santeri at first, but my godfather died. He was here in New York and he died. So when he died, I started looking for other babalaos, but I got into Ifa. And he was old, so I knew that he couldn't initiate me because he was old. Like, he would give me all his power and he would die, and I was like, and I didn't want him to die, so I never went through with it with him because he was old. you know Whatever, it's old school. Like, I knew the old school way. Like, I knew things because of my godfather. I knew shit because of my godfather. And then I went to try Ifa, and I'm like, okay, theirs is stronger. Like, I would think it's stronger. It's not stronger, it's the same. They just have the resources. And they have the way. Like, they can get a cow, they can get a goat, they can do stuff easier there than you can here in New York City. So it's just easier to do those sacrifices, and it's those blood sacrifices. I'm talking about, this is normal to me. This is normal to me. You know, that's just what it is. When I'm here in New York, I would go for a reading and they would sacrifice a chicken, a small chicken. They would sacrifice it and they would tell me things that's going on, or they would tell me things. They would read a bowl with stones in it. That was their way, you know. But people here die too from doing black magic, from doing death spells. They do death spells to people. The death spell backfires, and that's how they die. They just die, like, randomly, like out of the blue. Like, they're not sick, nothing's wrong with them. They just die. That's from a backfired death spell. And I knew that from here, New York. I can see in Africa, I can see in Nigeria, I can see only because they tap into me. That's the only reason I can see what the fuck they're doing, because they tap it in. They want to see what the fuck I'm doing. So, and then I see what they're doing. That's how that works. Because I'm not there. I've never been to Nigeria. I've never been there. You know, and the Babalawo that I was close to was AwoFaad. But AwoFaad he was a good guy. Like, he was good to me. Like, I couldn't say anything bad about this man. Everything was good. Like, he did everything for me. He did everything. I was gonna get initiated with him, and he was and everything was good. Things went left. I think it was because he had a baby mother and she was jealous. She was mad, but it's like, how can you be mad if I've never been there? Like, what are you mad for? Whatever. She was doing work, but like, it was like we was like close. Like, I knew his family, I knew his brothers. His brothers was a musician. He wanted to be a musician. He wanted to be an artist. Like, I knew the family. Like, I knew them, but I was never there. We were always FaceTime. We were always talking. We like knew each other. And when I felt like the backstabs, like the knives in my back, like, I felt it. When I felt like my heart, like, I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, and I told and I was crying when I told him, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, why do I feel like this? I was like, what is going on? And he didn't know what was going on, and I just left him alone because I felt betrayed, and I didn't know how. I didn't know why I didn't know, but I was helping him too, like with the Cash App and things. And I was sending him money all the time through the Cash App. But it was work, it was business, and we were friends. But here go a woman coming into it and just like doing whatever these women do. They get mad, they get jealous. But when the women come and they get mad and they get jealous and they feel threatened, it's because you something special. You something special. They look at you and they're like, oh, hell no. And they'll do whatever it takes to get you out that picture. So I left, and I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave him. I didn't want to leave him because he was good to me. He wasn't bad. Like he helped me, and I don't remember anything bad happening when I was working with AwoFaad. AwoFaad was a good person. His family was good too. He could have been into whatever he was into, but he was good to me. He was never bad to me. It was whoever he was around that made me go away. It was whoever he was around. I don't know who he was around. He had a monkey too. He had a pet monkey. It's like he just showed me everything. Like everything in his life. Like we was just friends, and I was just like, wow, like, oh, that's so cute. It was like we was just cool. But whatever, I had to get away from that. But I was like the first one. And then I'm like, I want to get initiated. That was my whole thing. I want to get initiated. So then I go and I get Awo Mexico. But then Awo Mexico is like everything. When I got him, everything was bad. Like there was nothing good that ever happened when I started working with Abo Mexico. All he ever wanted was money. That's all he ever wanted. Everything was money with that one. And it was nothing but bad things that happened to me while I was working with him and I was helping him because I thought I was helping him, right? But then he's doing all this negative work against me. So I just stopped working with him. And I'm like, and I go for another Babalao. And it's like every time I would go for a Babalao, they would do the same things. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So then I figured they were connected to this guy that I stupid. I married him, right? But it was like, you marry somebody in another country. And I'm like, that marriage don't exist here in the USA. So it was like, I didn't take it serious. I didn't take it serious. And I left him alone. And then he was mad because I left him alone. And he knew I was into IFA, or I wanted to get initiated. And then he's friends with all these Bawalaos and all these people because he has family in Ghana and Nigeria. So he turned them all against me. That's what it was. And I couldn't understand like why I'm having all these problems with all these Babalaos. They don't know me. I've never been there, but they trust him. That's their brother. They're going to trust another African before they trust me, somebody that I'm Spanish. I speak Spanish. I'm light skinned, and they they're not going to trust me, but they're going to trust their brother. But their brother was like, he was just angry with me because I didn't want anything to do with him. So he sat there and just said a whole bunch of lies, and he tried to kill me too. He did a whole bunch of stuff. He just did a whole bunch of stuff. And I always had to cleanse myself, cleanse my spirit, just cleansing. I've always had to do cleansing, but I am spiritual. I was always this way. So it was like I went into Ifa. It was like, I'm thinking I just wanted that connection, but it's like, all the shit, all the shit that happened. And it's like, it just brought me closer to God. I'm like, God, like that, like they all can't be like this. Like, why is every Babalao in Nigeria like this? Like, why are they always trying to do things to me and they're trying to hurt me or they're trying to do something to me? Like, why? Why is it like this? I'm like, they can't all be like this. Like, why are they like this? You know, for me, it was because of this guy, Bami Deli. I made videos of that one too because he like hated me because I didn't want to be with him. So he hated me for it, and I'm just like, oh, like I'm not. I don't know. I'm too grown for the shit, but it's like I know the shit. It's like I was in the shit. Like I just know it, and I'm just quiet. I see it. I see everything. You know, but I don't say nothing. I'm just like I act like I don't know nothing. I could know everything that's going on. Whatever. So and then it was AwoFaad. AwoFaad was a good guy. He wasn't fucked up, but he did black magic. Like, I didn't know Ifa was black magic. I met a whole bunch of different kind of babalaos. I was like, they can't all be the same. And every time I met a new one, it was the same thing. They would help me, but and then a woman would come and mess up everything. And the woman would get jealous, and the woman would start doing all this stuff to me. And I'm like, why the fuck this bitch is coming for me? Like, you don't out. And I would just leave. I would leave them alone. I'm like, I don't got time. I don't got time for this. Like, whatever. So I met a friend. It was just a regular friend. He was not a babalao, but he used to be a babalao, and he's like he stopped being a babalao because and he was like, oh, it's black magic. Like that's all they do is black magic. It's just straight black magic. I was like, oh, that's how I knew it was black magic. I didn't know it was black magic until someone that was in it told me that's black magic. That's what they're doing. That's how they control you. That's how they control the situations. And then he was like, the only way you can get away, that's how I know, the only way you can get away from the black magic is you have to get away from them. You have to stop talking to them. You have to move. You have to get away and don't tell anyone where you are. And I was like, oh, okay, that's how you get away from the black magic. He was in Lagos, and then he left Lagos and went somewhere else. I won't even say where he went because it was like it's peaceful wherever he is. It's peaceful there, but and then it's like he could still feel them calling him, like they're calling him in the spirit, and then he doesn't know, and then he doesn't want to go there. He doesn't want to go, but it's like his spirit is not like they have something of his, and that's how they could still work on him. I'm like, I stopped talking to him too because it was like I felt like I couldn't trust him, and then people looking for me. So and then because he knows me, he's gonna tell them information about me. And then all the babalaos went against me. They was all doing work against me. They was all doing negative work against me. They either want me dead. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like why? I still don't understand, but it was because of the guy that I married that sat there and put all this stuff in their heads, and they don't know me. I've never been there. I've been to Ghana twice, but I've never been to Nigeria. And it's whatever, the banned from Nigeria is like I'm not banned from Nigeria, but it's like I get warnings all the time not to go because of the terrorism or the crime. And they was like, if you come here, we can't protect you and we can't guarantee your safety. And you have to make sure that you're with somebody that is a good person, that's a decent person, that's gonna take care of you because we can't protect you. Once you're here, we can't protect you. And I was like, oh, like so when I go there, I will have to go to the embassy, let them know that I'm there, that I'm in the country, and it's like, and I can't be left alone because if I'm left alone, anything can happen. So I was like, I can't go because I don't trust nobody to protect me there. Like who is gonna be there for me? And then I know that they want me dead. I know that they want to do a money ritual with me. So and then it's like I can't go. Like I just can't go because of the crime. So the crime would be level 4, level 3, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's the highest is 4 and 5, and I'm like, I just can't go because I don't have anyone that I can be there with, and then I have one person, but it's like it's just too much, and then it's I can't. It's like I'm good. I'm good. Like I pray to God every day. I thank God every day. I do my cleansings every day. I do my return senders. I do the return senders every day because I had to learn a new way to cleanse myself because the candle work, I do candle work. The candles would turn black and I would write runes on the candles. The candles would have runes all over the candle and they would turn black, they would crack, they would break, they would be on my altar. So I used to just, I still have the altar, but I didn't have this table. I wasn't doing anything on this table. And the altar in the room, it was like, it was just crazy. I would keep it clean, but it was like the candles were crazy. And that's why I started doing the tea lights on this table because I'm like, they work faster, they're efficient, they return all the negative energies back to wherever they're coming from. I stopped talking to everyone. I stopped talking to everyone. AwoFaad doesn't know like how I see him, and he doesn't know like my dream. Like I dreamt of him as a pastor. Like he was a pastor and he was talking to the youth. And then I dreamt of him and I'm like, he's a fucking pastor. I was like, you can't be a pastor. I dreamt of him like that as a pastor. And I'm like, like he's doing all this evil shit and now he wanna be a pastor. But it's a dream. And then I'm like, he would be the best person to be a pastor because he knows. Like he knows all this shit. Like he knows it. He's done it. He's lived it. And a lot of people died. Like he has seen a lot of people die. And it's because of the black magic. And I'm like, he would be the best person to be a pastor and talk to the youth and everyone else is evil. Everyone else is evil. But AwoFaad wasn't evil. Like he was a good guy. Like he was actually a good guy. He could be a little fucked up, but he wasn't that way with me. He was how do you say it? Like strict, like stern, like bossy. Like he commanded the room, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I see that. I'm like, okay. But that's that. But that's like how everything that was in 2019. Everything started in 2019. And it's just been hell for all these years. It's just been hell. When I got away from the Babalaos, I opened the nonprofit. Nobody knew I did the nonprofit organization. No one knew I was on YouTube. Like every time I tried, and it's like everything was just taken from me. Like all my money was gone. It was just gone. I was like, oh, I can't tell nobody like what I'm doing. I can't tell nobody nothing. So I stayed focused. I stayed focused on myself and I did the nonprofit by myself. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing the nonprofit. I just opened it. I established it. I trademarked it. I 501c'd it. I did everything I wanted to do by myself. And I didn't tell nobody because once you start telling people your business, they are going to sabotage you. I learned that the hard way because when I was with these people, I didn't have nothing. It's like everything was just gone. I'm like, yo, like it's not supposed to be like this. Like it's not supposed to be like this. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not fucking with nobody. And I just stay to myself. I focus on myself and I get my shit together and then I'm where I want to be. Like and I do what I want to do. Like nobody could tell me nothing. Like I do what the hell I want to do. And they get mad at that. It's like, how you gonna tell me what to do and I'm doing everything for myself? Like, what? You can't tell me what to do. But whatever. But I just wanted to say like the little bit of stuff with AwoFaad, and then with my heart, and then it was always a woman, always a woman coming into the situation to mess up everything, and it even happens now. So I can meet a person now, and then it's always a woman that comes in and starts doing all this crazy shit because she's mad, because she's jealous, because she's upset. But he don't want to be with you. Why are you trying to force this man to be with you and he don't want to be with you, and then you forcing yourself, forcing the situation? I'm just like, yo, I just leave. I don't have time for this. This is like child's play. I'm like, I don't have time. Like, my birthday coming and I'm gonna have fun and I'm gonna have a good time, and I'm not gonna be stressed out by nobody and they fucking problems and their life and their issues and their shit. Like, that's your shit. It's not my shit. That's your shit. And I don't have to deal with that. And I'm gone. That's how it goes. That's how it always has been. I just leave. Like, once it start getting crazy, I'm out. What else? But I learned the black magic. You have to get away from the people and you have to cut contact. You cannot keep in contact with anyone that is doing black magic on you, because once you stay in contact with them, the black magic is going to work on you because you're staying in touch with them. You're talking to them, you're texting them, you're communicating with them. You have to block them. And I learned that from the people in Nigeria that sit there and they do black magic. They do it. And this guy, he left the religion, and he's just trying to be better himself for his life, but they have something of his, so that's why they still work on him. I don't know what they have of his. It's the same thing. They got something of mine. They have my Ifa. They have the, because I was working with them, they were supposed to be helping me, so they do what they do spiritually to have control or to help you here. So I'm in New York. I'm in New York in the USA. I can see what's going on in Africa because they have something of mine. How do they have something of yours if you've never been there? It's a spiritual connection. I went to them. I didn't go to them in person. It's like, social media is everything. You can connect to people, you can FaceTime people, you can, you know, that's how I would talk. So everything was on FaceTime. So we would see each other and we talk to each other that way. And then it's like whenever they're doing their work, I'm on the phone and I see what they're doing. That's a connection there. That's how we're connected, because I'm there. Like, I'm there through the phone, FaceTime. That's how I'm there. That's how I see. So I see the setup. I see everything. It's like my spirit is there. I don't know how can I explain that. But that's how you're connected. So whatever work they're doing, whatever sacrifice they're doing, I am there. You know, you have to touch the floor, like with your head, touch the floor, and you praise Aludamari. Aludamari is God. I was connected to them, and that's how they can fuck with my life, because I was connected to them. And then it's like, and then I see them, they don't know I can see because I don't tell nobody. I don't tell nobody that, because then they don't believe me. And I tell them shit that I see and they just be like, but then it ends up happening. It ends up happening. Like, I dreamt this man as a pastor. Like, it's gonna happen. He's gonna be a pastor, and he's deep in this religion. His whole family's in the religion. But I dreamt of him as a pastor. I was like, he's gonna be a pastor and he's gonna help the youth, because it's the youth that's trapped in this religion and they just doing the most shit, and they don't understand that they are cursing themselves. And that's why so many people are dead. A lot of people are dead in their family because they're doing death spells. They don't know when the death spell backfires, it backfires and someone in the family is going to die. The person that you love the most is going to die. If you have a child, the child ends up with issues from the black magic. It backfires, and the child ends up getting hit with whatever backfired. So, and then it's like when you have children, you're not supposed to be playing in black magic because the black magic affects the child. I don't think they know that. I don't know how they know that. If that's the religion, that's what you practice. This is what you do. All this is a part of life. Like this is some the way they grow up. Like this is the way they just grew up like that. Like black magic is normal to them. So and then it's like, how can you not know when it backfires? It curses you. When you do it, it curses you. You are cursed. Everyone there is cursed that plays in black magic, that does they're all cursed. And they don't understand that they are cursed. They do the blood sacrifices. They have these big altars. They praise demons. They praise demons, and then they praise God. And it's like you can't do both. But they don't, I don't know, because I've never been there. I've never been there, but I know the shit. I know it. And I've been in the churches. I've been in the church in Ghana because I was in Ghana twice. And I went to the church in Ghana. And it was a church. It was regular church. We get out the church and then we go to the spot. They'll just say the spot, and all the thugs is in the spot. Like everybody that's into the black magic is at the spot. It was by the water, and everybody's there just doing everything that they're not supposed to be doing. You just got out of church, but then you want to go to the spot and you want to drink and get high and do all kinds of shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, like this is what I'm around. And I'm not in my country, so I cannot act up and I cannot say anything because I don't know what they're gonna do to me. So I didn't say nothing, but I see it. I see this shit, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, But that's how that went. This all started in 2019. In 2019, everything started. All this stuff with the babalaos, everything, and then it's like I'm here in New York. I've never been there, but we still had a spiritual connection because we talked to each other, we FaceTime each other, it was still a connection. So, and then it's like that's how you stay connected to the people that are doing the magic. Is like you have to have some form of contact with the person, and that's how you stay connected. I blocked everyone from the past. I blocked everyone that I still get the calls from Nigeria, but I don't answer. This dude, Mexico, I couldn't believe he was calling me, but what he calling me for? For money. That's what he calling me for money, because he want money, because his birthday passed and he's having a party and he need money. Yeah, I know how to go. I'm not helping. Find somebody else to do it. And what else? And that's it. It's like, I had to grow, heal, evolve, and overcome everything by myself, healing myself, praying. Prayer. God is the only way to overcome any black magic. New York City, damn. What time? It's 5:51 in the morning, and you hear the what is it? I'm by the hospital, so it could be the hospital, it could be the police, it could be anything. Like I don't know what it is. I just know it's loud. It's loud. What was I saying? Damn. What was I saying? What was I saying? Blocked I blocked everybody, right? I don't keep in touch with anyone. And I don't know, that's how I know when it's negative work, I just have to stay away. And then, it's the things that happen in Nigeria, it happened in Nigeria, but it just gave me the experience to know when people here in the USA are doing work, is my friends, is my employers, is the people I'm around, they're doing it. They're doing it too. And then it's like, I know that they're doing it. But and then I could say that this is what they're doing, and then they're gonna deny it. Because they nobody believes that people in the USA do black magic to each other. Nah, everybody does this. Everybody does black magic. And they'll sit there and they'll try to ruin your life, destroy your whole life. People get sick. I'm sick now. Like I have a runny nose and I'm just sneezing crazy. And I'm like, I'm never sick. The only thing I think of is the cats. Maybe it's the cats, but I have two. It's like how I don't know. I'm never sneezing, never nothing. I'm just like, what the hell? But whatever. For me it's spiritual, like somebody doing something spiritual, and it's like, all I can do is protect myself, cleanse myself, and I do my return to senders. I do my return to senders every day, because it's like this work is not going to affect me. This is not going to affect me. It's not going to destroy my life. It's not going to hurt me. It's not going to touch me. I'm gonna send it back. I'm gonna drink my water. I'm gonna light my incense. I'm, and I'm gonna stay calm. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna curse anybody out. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay, and all this is gonna pass. All this is gonna go away. It's gonna get past. I'm gonna get past it, and it's gonna be okay. I will be all right. You know I've never been to Nigeria, but it's spiritual. The connection is a spiritual connection, and that's how you're affected. That's how I'm affected. That's how I'm affected by the shit, because it was a spiritual connection. I've never been to the country, but it's like I can see everything. I talk to the people, like we actually talk, we communicate, like they know me and I know them, and then whoever they know me because of them. And so it was, I can't go unless I have somebody to go with. I have somebody that I can trust, and that's not going to try to set me up, that's not going to try to kill me, that's not going to do anything to hurt me. That's why I can't go, because I can't trust anyone that is there, because they all want to do a sacrifice. What is it? It's a money ritual. They want to do a money ritual. And Mexico, I don't know if he had a cow or he had a horse. I don't know what the hell he had, but I saw him, and he was alive. He was live recording the ritual of the money ritual. And it was at night. It was at night. He was doing the money ritual at night, because during the day you're not supposed to do money rituals, because if money rituals were so fantastic and great and actually worked, people in Africa would not be poor. People in Africa would not be struggling if money rituals actually worked, you know? So then the money rituals, they do all this stuff. They sacrifice people, children, and everything, because they feel that that child's power or that person's power is going to get transferred to them, so they have to sacrifice them so that they could take the person's power. That's why I can't go there, because that's how they think, that oh, they can take my power. If they kill me, they can take my energy and I'm like, what? That's what they want, and that's why I can't go there because I know that that's what they want. And it sounds so crazy, but it's like, you know, I can't go. I can't go there. And I've always wanted to go. And I always remember my godfather, Joselito. He was a Puerto Rican, but he was old and he couldn't initiate me. And I didn't want him to die. because of me. So, I just never got it done. But I am aware of all the shit. I am aware. I don't do it because I know it curses you. I know these people are cursed. Like, they are cursed. All these people are dead. They doing all these poverty spells on other. That's why y'all poor, because they doing poverty spells on everybody else, and then they wonder why they don't have no money. You're not supposed to be doing spells like that on people. That's how you curse your own money, because you're doing poverty spells on other people. You're supposed to want money. You're supposed to manifest blessings in people's life. When you manifest blessings, blessings are going to come to you because you're manifesting blessings. When you sit there and you manifest curses and you're trying to curse other people, you end up cursing yourself. And that's what always happens. But whatever. It happens to low vibrational people. That it happens to people that have not grown, that have not healed, that have not evolved. And that's why the babalaos, the good babalaos, are the older babalaos, the old school babalaos, the older, like the young kids. They don't know what they're doing. They're doing all kinds of stuff because they feel that they have control, and then they can make people do things and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know that they're doing black magic to control them. And that's why they keep doing it. They keep doing it to control situations. And they curse themselves. They put themselves in a bad situation, and people die. They sacrifice, no, they sell their soul to be famous. Like, they want to be famous so bad. They'll sell their soul to be famous. They'll sell their soul for any little thing because they don't have nothing. And it's just like, oh my God. But that's why I don't talk about it. That's why I don't talk about Nigeria. I don't talk about the Babalaos. I don't talk about it because it's like a whole bunch of stuff. And then it's like, they're not bad. I never wanted to believe that the people in Nigeria or the people that did Ifo were evil people. That's why I kept looking for other Babalaos. I was like, they all can't be like this. And they were all the same. They all were doing black magic on me. And I'm like, why are they doing black magic on me like this? Like, why are they all coming for me like this? And it was all because of this one guy that I married. I married him in Ghana, and I'm like, and I never took it serious. It was never nothing to me. Never respected him. He was like a child. No responsibilities, no capability of anything. It was like a child. He was immature. My son had more maturity than this man. I was just like, oh hell no. So I'm in another country. So I agreed to marry the person because I'm like, that shit doesn't exist in the USA. So I was like, I agreed to it. It's because I don't know what they would do to me because I'm in a whole nother country. I'm by myself and I don't have nobody with me. Like, nobody is with me. Nobody's going to protect me. And I didn't want anything negative to happen to me. So I just played along. No, I don't say too much, but I see everything. I pay attention to everything. I remember everything. So, and then it's like, it's whatever. It's just, what is it? It's a part of growing, healing, evolving, and getting better, cleansing myself. My spiritual splash helps, salt helps, incense helps, like prayer helps. All you need is God. All you need is your words. Your words are so powerful and they can break any spell and you can overcome anything. You can overcome black magic. You don't have to be afraid of it. You don't have to be mad. It's like, you know what it is. And you have to get away from the people that are playing in black magic. You have to get away from them because that's the only way it's not going to affect you is when you get away from them, when they're not calling you, when they're not messaging you, texting you, sending you pictures and stuff. Like, nah, you got to get rid of all of that and move forward like it doesn't exist. And that's what I did. I just moved forward like this. None of this shit ever happened. I just moved forward like this was like I didn't talk about it. I don't think I ever really talked about it. I talked about the magic and stuff, but I never dropped the names. Our Mexico was the fucking worst. He was the absolute worst person of all times. The word, and he's evil. He's so evil, and he's little, and he's evil. And then it's like he portrays himself to be innocent because he has a young face. He has a young face, so he looks innocent, that he would never do anything to anyone, but he is evil. I saw that man late at night sacrificing a cow. If it wasn't a cow, it was a horse, doing money rituals. You're not supposed to do money rituals. I don't know if it's illegal to do money rituals, but you're not supposed to do money rituals because if everyone was doing money rituals in Nigeria, they would all be rich. A lot of people are poor. A lot of people are poor. Money rituals don't work. Money rituals is you taking money from your future self. That's why you're supposed to establish yourself. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to have something. You're supposed to have something. These people, they don't have anything. They just want to take from everybody else. Our father wasn't like that though. Like he was a good guy. I don't know. I can't say anything bad about him. He was a good guy. He was good. He was just good to me. He was good to me, so I can't say nothing bad about him. Our Mexico was a monster. He was a fucking monster. And then he got all these little kids. He made all these little kids do black magic too. All these little kids was coming for me too. And they little kids, like I'm 40, 44. And I'm like, why are all these little kids coming for me? Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, it was because of our Mexico got all these little kids doing black magic too. And I'm like, oh my God, like he's not teaching them the right way. He's supposed to be a babalao. He's supposed to be helping the people, teaching the people the right way. He's supposed to be using his power for good. And he's sitting there teaching everybody to do evil shit. And I'm like, oh my God, like this little man is so awful and terrible. I'm like, how can he be like this? That was the first time I ever met somebody that was like that. Like he just does shit, does stuff to people to ruin their lives. He does stuff to people to make you want to give him your things. Like that's what he does. And he don't have nothing of his own. He just does spells on people for you to give him stuff, for you to give him your things, the things that you work for. You're giving him all your shit and you don't know why. I'm like, this, like, I know it's spell word. It's spell word. And then it's like, the only way to get away from all of that hot mess is to get away from him. I had to get away from him. And that's what I did. I just disassociated myself. I never spoke to him. I never looked for him. I never thought about him. Never. Ugh. Ugh. No, never thought about this man. And then it was just surprising for him to come out of his way and start texting, is because he knows that something's coming for me. He has my Ifa in his house still after all these years, and we don't speak, and we are not friends. We are not friends. We will never be friends. Then he has the nerve to call me his wife. Like, I'm not your fucking wife. I'm not your fucking wife. Like, no. Whatever. You know, it's whatever. It's like, but that was my experiences with black magic. It was a part of my life, and I was deep into the religion. Like that's what I did. Like I wore the beads. I have pictures with the beads. Like when you saw me, you saw the beads. Like you knew what I did. Like, and it wasn't a secret. Like, everybody knew. And now I just don't wear them anymore. But my beads were from my godfather. And I think AwoFaad sent me beads. He sent me beads. He sent me beads. And then all the stuff was happening. And then I threw the beads away because I didn't know if he was trying to control me with the beads. So I just threw them away. I never touched it. I just threw it away. And then we stopped speaking from there. But it was like I never hated him. I never hated him. It was like he was a good person. He was always a good person. I don't care what he did. I don't care what he did in the street. But he was good to me. He was never bad to me. He was always good to me. So I can't say anything bad about him. Like, if things went left, it was because of the people he was around. It was never him. Our Mexico, that motherfucker did a whole bunch of shit, and he got a whole bunch of his little friends to come for me. Like, everybody was coming for me, everybody, and all these little kids was coming for me, and it was because of him. Because he's little, like a fucking kid, like a child. They think he's a child too, and he's fucking 30. Whatever, but that was back then. I have healed, I have grown, I have evolved. I am a better human being. I don't hate him, but I don't fuck with him. We will never be friends, and that's just how it is. People that do black magic, you cannot be associated with them because they'll just do black magic on you again. So you have to cut ties. You don't speak to each other, and that's that. I know I'm talking a lot. It's because I was still thinking about it because it was stuff about the issue. It was stuff, and I just never really, I never wanted to talk about it. And I don't have anything to say about anything negative because I was like, not everyone is the same. The religion, Ifa, black magic, it makes people go mentally insane. So a lot of people are not in their right mind. There's stuff going on in their mind. They don't know what's going on. It's the black magic. Black magic, somebody is controlling your mind. That's why they start going crazy because they don't know what the hell is going on. Everybody's playing in magic. Everybody's doing shit and you don't know who is who. And then it's just like, all you can do is protect yourself. Protect yourself. They have herbs and stuff and cleansing there, but I don't know. They just do shit to people. Everybody just does stuff to each other. And that's why the country is the way it is because everyone is doing black magic and they call it Ifa, but then they're praying to demons and it's just different. It's very different, but it is a belief. It is a religion. It is a culture. And, and I try to understand it because I wanted to be a part of it. But then I got to deal with the shit. I had to deal with people doing stuff to me and I'm just like, no, like this is not what I want. Like I don't want to do this. Like this is not what Ifa is supposed to be like. Like it's not supposed to be like this. And that's why I stopped practicing it. So it's like I believe in God. I believe in God. Ifa was supposed to be like a way of life. It was supposed to be peaceful and loving and caring. It's supposed to be good. It wasn't supposed to be people doing black magic on each other to control each other. People doing money spells and they doing all this stuff to hurt you and to cause you problems. Like it was never supposed to be like this. And it was like this. And I'm just like, damn. So I don't have a religion. I don't have a religion because it's like I'm very open minded to things and I just believe in God. I pray. I'm thankful. I'm grateful to be alive. To be alive because these people tried to kill me several times. It wasn't just one time. It was several times. It was different people. It was groups of people. It was a lot of fucking people coming for me. And it was like, and I just had to overcome everything and do my return to senders. That's all I would do was do my return to senders, do my cleansings. I've been taking salt baths for years. I now started using the eggshells like to scrub everything away, but the incense is always going. The incense is always going in my house. And I pray. I pray. I pray all the time. I pray every day because I'm like, things are going to get better, things are going to change. And life is not supposed to be fucked up. It's always people that you let in your life that sit there and want to have you all all fucked up. And it's like you just gotta remove yourself from the people that want to have you all fucked up. Like, yo, like you're not gonna have me fucked up. I can leave, and I leave. That's that. But let me do the return of Sanders. I do them every day, faithfully, every day, because you know people do shit. How can people in Nigeria affect me? It's because I was connected to them. That's how they can affect my life. But there's no connection. I'm not connected to anyone. So I'm good now. I'm better now. And I see everything. I see everything. It's like I know everything, but it's like you have no proof. How can you say things you have no proof? It's God. Like everything is God. Like God lets me see. God gives me the intuition, the idea, the is God. Everything is God. It is not none of the shit these people do. It's God. I talk to God. I be like, you know what? What I'm gonna do? What's next? Like what? You know, it's God, and I pay attention to everything. Everything means something. No, I'm chatty. Leave with love. Leave with love. Bye. Have a good day. Have a good day. This is 6:14 a.m. now. Have a good day. Bye.